Sunday, the 12th of January, 2020. I'm Keith Orr, and welcome to another episode of Homeless in Titusville. And today I'm being joined by, what is your name, sir?
Nicholas Comonis.
And how old are you, Nick?
53.
You're 53 years old. And yesterday, you and I did an interview yesterday, and there was a guy at the park, and he was a little angry. And I know he's been angry, towards me, and he says, oh, I'm not real and all this other stuff, helping people out. And I said to him almost a year ago, I said, well, what would I have to do to be real? And he said, if you bought us a case of beer. So he beat you up yesterday basically for talking to me.
I would assume so. I would think that's where the problem stemmed from, because I've never met him before. I don't even know who he is. I don't even know his name. I've never had a problem with anybody.
Right. And he just came back into your tent, accused you of being in his spot that you've been in for...
No, he did this when we were getting food from one of the churches.
Oh.
And then after we got our food, we hung out there, I ate 2 hot dogs. And then he was on something. These guys are on, hardcore drugs.
So they do meth and heroin and smoke weed?
Yeah, it's not like they're just hanging out, having a beer and kicking it.
Right.
Then he came at me and he was like, you're staying at my tent. And I was like, well, I've only been there 2 days, I told him. But I was there last year.
Right, for several months, yeah.
And then another 3 months after that. Then I got injured, and that's how I ended up back into the tent.
Where did he beat you up at? Did this happen at Sandpoint that he beat you up?
Yes, at Sandpoint.
Oh, at Sandpoint. See, now I thought he went back to the camp and did it to you there.
No. And then what it was is he knows I assumed that he put up the tent years ago.
Right. Because as far as I know, he hasn't been out there in at least a year, because I've been back there several times, and I've never seen him back there.
No, and I've never even met this gentleman ever. I shouldn't even call him a gentleman, but
right.
I just never met him before. And then he said, you're staying in my tent. And I was like, I'll move.
Right.
Just to not have confrontation. And then he just started wailing on me, and then and he hit me and I fell on the floor, and then he picked me up and he body slammed me, and then he lifted my arm up and he went to work on my rib cage. And then so I immediately called 911 to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
Because I have previous surgery on my back.
Right, that major back injury.
And reconstructed spinal cord injury. And I was telling him this as he's hitting me. I'm like, I'm half crippled already.
Right.
So I just remember saying, why are you doing this? Why? I was like, it's just a tent,
Right.
And he didn't offer any excuse or anything. He was belligerent. And then he took his shirt off, and I'm laying on the floor, and I'm like, oh my God, here we go. And I know he did prison time and all that. So I don't have a violent bone in my body.
Right. How did you get him to stop?
One of the other gentlemen came over and kind of pulled him off me and walked me halfway to Cumberland. And then I called 911 because I had to go, to the hospital.
Yeah.
Because I was worried about the back injury.
Right.
Because I have these metal plates in me that are holding my spine together, literally.
Right.
And there's 2 on the left side and 1 on the right. And they have these, I guess, twisty ties, if you will, that hold the alignment. And I was really concerned about that because I thought I was going to be crippled. And so I had bruised ribs. Nothing was broken. And but getting beat up like that, I never really got beat up like that.
Right. And right, because you're not a fighter, you're not a violent person.
No, not at all, by any means. I don't even know the gentleman, so.
Right. You had no reason to have any kind of confrontation with him in the first place.
Not at all. I don't have any confrontation with anybody.
And then you're not the reason you're out on the street is not because you're a rule breaker or whatever. The whole reason you're out on the street is because you were hit by a car, which landed you in the hospital, which was directly put you on the street.
Yes.
So it's not like you're out on the street because you're a drinker and a drugger, like a lot of these other guys.
No, I mean, like, you know, a couple of us will, you know, go to the beach, and after work or something, I would go down to the tiki bar, order a big bowl of chili, order a beer or two, like any average Joe.
Right.
But these guys, the thing with Titusville is there's a lot of good homeless people, and it's a lot of bad ones.
Right, but very few of them are on the street like you, though, because, you know, for the same reasons.
Yeah, no. I mean, these guys aren't injured. They're, you know, probably drug use or something like that.
Right.
You know?
Alcoholics. So, at the hospital, what happened? What did they say to you? What did they diagnose you with? Did you break any bones?
No, just a lot of bruised ribs on the right-hand side, and on the left-hand side a little bit. But I was laying on my left-hand side, and he lifted my arm up, and I thought he was gonna like help me up or something, and he started wailing on my ribs, and I'm like, and I was just really praying to God for this to stop.
Right.
You know, and I was like in tears. I'm like, why are you doing this? It's just a tent.
I think that was his excuse.
Yeah.
I really think he did that because you were talking to me.
Yeah.
Because remember, he was making those threats and stuff.
Yes.
To me yesterday.
Yeah. Because I was with you, and we just got done chatting, and I don't know what's running through his head, but you know, I know he, you know, just got out of jail and this and that, so maybe he has that mentality.
Right.
But
did you call your mom up in New York, and what did she say?
I called my mama, and she was like, just file a report and calm down, because I was frantic.
Yeah.
You know, last time I got beat up, I was like 8 years old in school. You know, so I'm like, God. Other than the car accident, you know.
Right.
But yeah, that's the only two violent situations that.
What are you supposed to do if you see this guy around town? What did the police say you should do?
Well, they gave me an ID number. And,
so they gave you like a case number.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, a case number, and that's it.
So they told you to call them.
Keep my distance. Yeah. Because I know I'm gonna see him eventually, because he goes to all the, unfortunately, church functions.
Right, Under the Bridge Ministries and all those other things.
So I'm like, wow. You know, I'm like, all right, I'm just going to keep my distance for now. And eventually I'll probably run into him tomorrow night. But I'm just going to keep my distance, and, you know, because I don't know what's running through his head.
Right.
I don't feel like getting beat up again, you know.
Right.
So I'm just going to give it a day or two, you know, because I know where he's going to be. You know, so I'm just, right now I'm just like petrified, paranoid, because
I would be too. I think anyone would be.
Yeah, I woke up this morning and I was in the tent, and I just kept thinking, what if this psycho tries to come in and continue this, you know? And I have no one to protect me, you know?
Right.
The old man that I stay with, you know, he had 2 strokes. He could barely move around. So, and he's the one that reconstructed the tent. And then he brought me back in.
Okay.
You know, so I've never seen this person before. I don't even know who he is.
Right.
And then he was just like telling me to leave the tent site, and I'm like, why? I don't even know you. I didn't know what his mental, you know.
Wow.
I have no idea. I just think there's something, you know, wrong inside.
Yeah.
But it might have stemmed from when I was speaking with you.
Right.
You know, because
I think
you've
so.
seen how it was, you know.
Oh, yeah, he was violent towards me, made threats.
And, you know, you're one of the nicest guys in the world, and I just, you know, it kind of dawned on me while we were waiting for the food truck to come. And he was just, like, boisterous and belligerent, and I was like, oh, God. You know, so I should have just left when I had the chance. But
Yeah, but you didn't know that
I
that was
wanted
going to
to eat
happen.
too, yeah.
Right, right. You wanted some of the food.
yeah, they were giving out chili dogs. It was a nice, dinner.
Yeah, Bailey's Traveling Sausage Show.
Yes. Wonderful people.
Yeah. There are people that do it just out of the goodness of
Out
their
of the
heart.
goodness of their heart.
Churches don't fund them, anything. That
No.
comes out of their pockets.
Yeah.
And they actually called and invited me to come out with them yesterday. And how ironic. And I told them no, that I was at the house, that I was, trying to edit the video, the interview that I did with you yesterday,
Yes.
but then the audio was messed up because I'm, was getting used to this microphone and everything. But it's kind of like lucky that kind of didn't work because, otherwise I would have published that and not been able to talk to you about this and what's
Yeah.
going on with this,
This is what, and it's kind of strange because there's a lot of good, homeless people that are
Right.
trying. They go get jobs and they pick up, but there's a lot of bad ones there out, and
mental illness, criminal
yeah,
history.
all that, and it's unfortunate. But it's unfortunate that the churches that we go to can't weed them out because it's public access.
Right, right. They're trying to help everyone.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you are in a very unique situation. You had a job and everything. You were employed. You were
Yes.
doing for yourself up until that 20-year-old kid who was texting and driving hit
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
That's what put you on the street directly as a direct result of that
Absolutely.
injury.
I was working on a shrimping boat, and I was coming back home, and this kid just texting and driving, and slammed into me doing like 45 miles an hour, and they airlifted me to Melbourne
Right.
to do the surgery on my back.
Yeah. And a lot of people were shocked that when the hospital discharged you, they got you an Uber and dropped him off in front of his tent. Okay? And people were so outraged that contacted the local news here back in July, and Channel 9 had contacted me, and they were
Yes.
going to come out, but there were just other things in the news, I guess, that were
Sure.
more important or whatever, but they were shocked, as to what
Yeah.
happened to you. That the
I didn't
hospital
have
basically,
insurance,
you were
so,
dumped
yeah.
because you didn't have insurance.
Exactly. So
And now you hired an attorney. You have an attorney for that case. And now you said you're trying to get
obtain,
Social Security,
Social Security, yeah.
disability now.
And that's another journey.
Yeah,
'cause
that's
they're
like a
not easy.
2-year process.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do in the meantime in these 2
I'm
years
just gonna,
waiting?
recover from this beating that I got, and just try to find some work, side work, and just keep up with it. And it's kind
Can
of
you
tough.
work? Can you work? I mean,
Sure,
are you in a lot of
I
pain?
can do soft carpentry. My main focus was concrete.
Right, but you can't physically do that
I
anymore.
can't lift anything like big and heavy. So.
Yeah. I would say really you're probably not in a condition even to do that light stuff, but you got to do what you got to do
I
to
could,
survive.
once in a while I can,
Once in a while.
I'll cut my neighbor's grass. It's only like 10, 20 bucks here and there, and just to keep my body moving.
Right.
And that's pretty much it. So something better comes along.
Do you get food stamps? Do you get welfare?
I have food stamps.
You have food stamps?
Yeah, I didn't qualify for welfare.
Okay.
I don't have any children, so.
So that's really your only income right now is food stamps. That's all
Yeah.
you get. And you get what, almost $200 a month?
Yes.
Wow. And usually make those last throughout the month?
Yeah.
Or?
It comes
Yeah.
out to about $3-4 a day when you look at it.
Okay.
But I just, shop accordingly.
Right. And you said you know about the laundry ministry there on Garden, right?
Yes.
You've been over there and they've helped you out, wash some clothes
Yeah,
and things?
they give you like a ticket twice a month.
Okay.
And they do your laundry, and,
Okay.
so that works out.
Yeah. What are some of the other things you're needing right now? Are you good
right
with
now,
clothes?
A steady job. Yeah, I'm good with clothes.
Clothes. How about food? Food's readily
Yeah,
available?
food, yeah, I'm good with food.
Okay.
One of the ministries in Titusville, you can eat 3 times a day.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of times I won't do that. Because I have food stamps, so I'm not gonna
Right.
take a plate of food from somebody else.
And I get that thinking,
Yeah.
but I mean, you're rock bottom on the streets. That's really who that help is meant for. It's meant for people like, and you shouldn't feel ashamed of taking the, this hand up. It's not a handout, it's a hand up, you know,
sure.
because you're in a unique position. Like I said, the reason you are homeless is everyone's worst fear is getting injured and ending up, on the street. That's exactly what happened to you.
It's exactly what happened, because life was great before the accident.
Yeah.
I had a job, and I was on my way to getting an apartment. I had a roommate already, and then the accident happened, and
right.
just took me out of business.
And you told me yesterday that you were able to rent a room from somebody for a few months, and your mom was paying that because you didn't have any way to pay it.
Yes.
And then Morgan & Morgan gave you a $5,000 advance on your case,
Yes.
and you were able to pay back your mom and some other things.
And then pay some of the room, but then, $5,000 nowadays doesn't really go too
Right.
far.
No, not at all.
So, and then, I bought some clothes and with the money.
And so now it's gone, pretty much.
Yeah, they gave me that money, I believe, in like July.
Well, the injury happened in June, so I think it was more like
September.
September maybe you got that money.
Well, yeah, towards the end. I can't really be accurate on the date.
Right.
It was kind of quick, like a month and a half,
Right.
2 months. And then I just made it last.
Yeah.
That's all I can do.
You have friends in Texas, and this time last year you were with them.
Mm-hmm.
Where at in Texas are they?
In Robinson.
And where's that? Is that near Dallas or Houston or?
It's west of Waco. Waco's dead in the middle.
Okay.
So it's like kind of west.
And do you think maybe in talking to them, would your friends be willing to let you? Because I know last year when they contacted me when your injury first happened, they were really upset. They were talking about just jumping in the car and coming here to get you, but it's a long drive from Texas to Central Florida. So I don't know when the last time you had some contact with them, but like, let's say one of my viewers wanted to buy you a Greyhound ticket to Texas. Would they take you in, or you don't know yet? Or?
I haven't really discussed anything with them, but I like the people in Titusville. It's just
but you can't afford to be out here like this.
No, I know, it's crazy, and but like this person that beat me up, it kind of sets me back a little bit because now I'm hurt again.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm like, God.
Are you in pain this morning? And
oh, sure.
What's the worst?
Inflammation on the rib cage.
So your ribs.
And obviously my face, and
right.
That's why I got this silly hat on, because they wanted me to keep my scalp
covered. Do you have more cuts and stuff?
Well, it's just in the back of it.
Okay.
And they cleaned me up with alcohol. They gave me a 600 milligram ibuprofen, and I was out the door.
Wow. So they didn't give you a ride when you got out of the hospital this time.
No.
So you had to walk approximately 3 miles or a little more.
I think it's about that.
Yeah, from Parish to your camp, which
Yeah.
we're not going to give a location where your camp is because I don't want anyone coming out there and dropping in on you.
Yeah. It's my biggest fear with that.
Right. And rest assured, I'm not going to tell anyone where you're at. And if somebody does want to meet with you or help you out or something, they're going to have to contact me, but they're going to have to meet you in a public place like Burger King or something, where you feel safe.
Yeah.
For their safety too.
I'm just like today, I'm just a little jittery because I never got beat up like that, and I'm like, God, not again.
So now you're out here, you're fearing for your safety.
Yeah, at this point, so I'm just going to keep my distance and stay by myself.
Do you think if somebody wasn't there to stop him, do you think he would have killed you?
Yeah, he wasn't stopping. Like normally when you witness a fight or something, someone would go down or whatever and it's over. But he just kept continuing, and I was almost begging with him.
Did you tell the police about your back and your injury and stuff? Because they could possibly give him enhanced charges for you know, beating up on somebody that's disabled.
Yeah. It's crazy because I explained to them, I was like, I had surgery rods in my back, and so they took x-rays, they gave me a CAT scan.
Yeah.
They were worried about my head
Yeah.
because I had so much blood yesterday. And so they put me through a CAT scan and an x-ray machine. And I told them about 2-3 times, I was like, I have these titanium plates in my back, these rods. And I was really concerned about that.
Yeah.
Because God forbid if one of them gets dislodged or located.
Right, you don't want to go through that again.
No, and it'll make life
that much harder.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I haven't even fell down since the accident.
Right.
So I'm that careful on everything I do on my footing, and because I don't want to fall down. But yesterday was awful.
Unbelievable.
I was actually grateful that I made it through that beating. When I was laying on the floor, and I was like, when is this going to end? Why is this happening? So I'm like, God.
Oh. I really hope that you didn't have that beating happen because you were talking to me yesterday. But I really do believe.
Yeah.
I really do believe that that's why you did it. I really do.
I mean, I know you're a good man, and there's a lot of people know you're a good man, but like him and certain other people, they're just violent and
right. And it's because in their mind, I'm not doing what they think I should be doing, which, like I told you, he said if I bought him a case of beer, then,
that's
you know.
silly.
Yeah.
That's silly.
Which, you know, I've offered him food, clothing, whatever I've had, you know, toiletries, all those kinds of things. And he's, you know, yelled at me, you know, like a year ago or so and said, nobody wants any of that junk. And, you know, well, if you really want to help us, buy us a case of beer.
That's
you know?
silly. It's just silly.
Yeah.
Obviously, he doesn't need the help. So.
Right.
Yeah,
Obviously
but,
doesn't.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right. Well, so do you have any messages for your mom or Shelly and your friend in Texas?
I love Shelly and Kevin. I talk to my mom 3 times a day, and she's really upset and shaken up over this.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool.
But I'm gonna call her after I'm done. With the interview.
Okay. All right. Well, you guys can leave me a comment on YouTube. I do read all the comments. It's kind of hard for me to get back to you, but I do, rest assured, I do look at those comments. It would be best if you guys can contact me on Facebook and send me a private message, or you can join the Homeless in Titusville Facebook page, where you can connect with some of the people that I've interviewed. You can find me at KEITHWOHR. And like I said, you know, if you want to reach out, if there's something that you know of that can help Nick out, you know, he would really appreciate it, really needs it.
Thank you.
And as always, may you be just as blessed as you have blessed others. Until next time, thanks for watching.
Bye.
Yeah. All right. Now, how about your ribs or anything? Are your ribs messed up?
They're not visibly bruised.
Okay, so there's nothing to see.
Internal.
Okay. All right. Oh my God, you got blood coming out of your ear. So you were bleeding from your ear too. Both of your ears. Oh my God, Nick. Wow. Wow. It looks healed up quite a bit. And how about your knee? All right, that's good.
They're little baby scars.
And your broken knee and all that stuff is okay right now?
They're just little scars on there. So they put this in.